Patriots, let's talk about the Second Amendment. I think it is the most important of all the amendments of the Bill of Rights because, in my view, it is the right that secures all other rights. And it's always been important, but I don't think it's ever been more important than it is today. And I say that because, unfortunately, our federal government is acting ever more tyrannically and violent crime is spiraling out of control in many American cities. There was a court case just today at the Supreme Court that may have a lot of bearing on people, particularly those who live in more blue jurisdictions, regarding the right to carry, not just bear arms in your home, but to carry personal firearms. Here's the reporting from the Washington Post on the court case today. A majority of Supreme Court justices indicated Wednesday that they believe Americans generally have a right to carry a handgun outside the home for self-defense, and that a New York law requiring special justification for getting such a permit is too restrictive. That's from the Washington Post. Joining me now to discuss is the president of the Crime Prevention Research Center and a former senior advisor for research and statistics at the Department of Justice, Dr. John Lott. Dr. Lott, I can't think of anybody better to discuss this topic than you, so thank you very much for joining us. Now, this case before the court is from the state of New York. New York and California and 6 other states, unfortunately, have what is known as a may issue provenance, where they may issue a license to carry firearms. However, they may also reject such applications for any reason at all or for giving no reason. So what is your analysis, John Lott, on what the outcome of this case will be? Is this fundamental right going to extend beyond a gun owner's home?
Right. Yeah, I mean, there are 8 states, as you say, where you have to go to some public official and explain to him why you should be able to go and carry a gun for self-defense. In these 8 states, only about 1% of the adult population is given a concealed handgun permit. You compare that to the other 42 states, where it's about 11% of the adult population has a permit, and that's not even counting that half of those are constitutional carry states where you don't have to have a permit to carry. And it's not just that they reduce the number of people who get it, they also change the mix. The types of people who get approved in New York or California are basically well-to-do, politically connected white males. I was able to get the data for California, Los Angeles. They have 341 concealed handgun permit holders in a county of 8 million adults. And again, it's overwhelmingly wealthy white males. Only 7% of the permit holders were female. Only 5% were blacks. That's much lower than in the other states, the so-called right-to-carry states, where people can decide for themselves whether or not they're going to be able to carry. I mean, where you have like 30%. No, I think, and John, go ahead.
Right. To put that in context, John, if we really believe that carrying firearms is a right, which I certainly believe it is, I think the founders made that clear. Imagine other rights. Imagine if we had to go to the government, for example, and make the case that we should be able to worship God as we want, that we should be able to go to church or use our free speech rights as we want. I mean, it's a preposterous notion just logically on its face, is it not?
Right. I mean, it's the only part of the Bill of Rights where any of the states require that you have to go and get approval before they'll let you exercise it. As you say, could you imagine reporters, covered in the First Amendment there, have to go and get permission from the government official before they could go and be reporters? And,
right.
I think that's a strong
argument.
No,
it would be an absurd infringement. Yeah. Listen, unfortunately, got to go. But Dr. John Lott, I thank you for the incredible work that you're doing on this topic, and thank you for being our guest tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for being there.